I'm Josh Burks of the Arrowhead Regional Development Commission. Recognize, sure. Yeah, I recognize many of you from our last meeting in August, so I'm going to go through a couple things here, and then we'll kind of jump back over and go through the agenda a little bit. But I have a presentation that just kind of covers what's on this agenda, as well as some of the proposed changes that I've made to the ordinance, and some questions that I have following up with what we heard at our last meeting. So, there's some questions about the purpose of zonings and what the city's authority were. The state of Minnesota gives cities the authority to adopt zoning, and they give cities really a pretty wide-ranging power to regulate the development and land use within their boundaries. However, cities do not have to adopt zoning. The only things that we're really required to adopt for zoning in Ranier are shoreline and floodplain regulations. Those are required by the state of Minnesota. What we've proposed in this ordinance is really heavily based on what the DNR provides as a model ordinance. In fact, if cities do not adopt the ordinance themselves, the DNR will basically adopt it for you and send it to you. Basically, zoning ordinances build up a level. At the most basic, they regulate the structures and those uses. Most ordinances you'll see they'll regulate the size and location of a lot, minimum frontage, minimum depth, the height of a building, those things. The vast majority, 99%, divide the city then into districts, residential, commercial, industrial, like we've seen on our map. And like most people living outside of Old Ranier have been subject to under the county. And then, again, almost all establish some performance standards dealing with parking, screening, landscaping, and design. And then we also address some other things that are required by state, such as how to treat non-conforming uses or how to issue a zoning variance. Those are really heavily regulated by the state as to what you can and cannot do. So if you look in the draft ordinance where we talk about non-conformities and variances, those are really following the lead of the state. We also talk a lot about why does Ranier, specifically Old Ranier, or the village of Ranier, need zoning.